Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Izzah binti Salim and my matric number is 281155.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Murshida binti Rizwan. My matric number 281182.
Assalamualaikum, I am Martoima binti Maisa, number matric 278047.
The introduction of our project is our employment application is still using the traditional way to hire new employees in the company, which requires prospective employees to fill in their details manually and send them to the company office or post office. However, this process might result in data redundancy and loss of information. To make the registration process less hassle for someone looking for a job, our group decided to create an online registration system. To create an online employment application system, our group will sort and organize the information via these three processes: normalization process, entity relationship diagram (ERD), and class diagram. Normalization process is organizing data with the purpose of minimizing the redundancy from a relation or set of relation. Entity relationship diagram (ERD) shows entity in a database and relation between tables within that database, while class diagram is used to show the different objects in a system, attribute, operation, and relationship among them.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Murshida binti Rizwan. My matric number 281182. I would like to present our group database, which is for employee application system. Firstly, I wanted to show database which we were created. The name that we set is as my DB project. So, in this database, we have created 4 tables, which is name, company, education, employee, and work experience. These 4 tables is related to each other. So here I would like to show you first table, which is employee table. Okay, here I will show the structure of employee table. So this is our data on this table. Firstly, we have IC number, company name, first name, last name, date of birth, position employee, address, telephone number, and place of birth. So here, primary key that we set is IC number. So here mostly we set it as varchar. Integer is only for telephone number. Okay, now I'm gonna to explain about the data in the table, which is in employee table. This data will be appear when I put the code in SQL. Here we can see we put IC number, company name, first name, last name, date of birth, position employee, address, telephone number, and place of birth that I talked previous in structure. So I will say again, IC number is primary key in employee table. For the value, we should add one by one. So the first attribute that we put at the table is IC number, and when it comes for the value, it will inserting IC number first, and then put a comma, and it will go along with company name, first name, last name, date of birth, position employee, address, telephone number, and place of birth. After that, it must close the bracket. Then the value will show 000553010196 for IC number, Cinco Solar Technology Syndrome Berhad for company name, Aima for first name, Isa for last name, 30 of May 2000 for date of birth, security engineer for position employee, Sungai Besar Selangor for address, 173050769 for telephone number, and HSB for place of birth. And other data is same operation in our table that was appear right now, such as for Izzah Salim and Murshida Rizwan. Okay, now I will proceed to education table. First, I would like to click Add Structure part. Okay, here we have 7 attributes that have in education part. Firstly, register ID, level, school name, period year from, period year to, email address, and IC number. So here we set register ID as primary key and IC number as foreign key. This table will relate to each table such as for employee table. So in this table, we set majority as voucher and period year from, period year to is we set as integer. Okay, now this is our data. This is our data and this operation and step is same with employee table just now. This data also will appear when I put the code in the SQL. So here we can see we put register ID, level, school name, period year from, period year to, email address, and IC number as I mentioned before at structure part. After we inserting, it will show like at the table appear now. This data should add one by one also. So the first attribute that we put at the table is register ID. And then must put a comma also. And it will continue with level, school name, period year from, period year to, email address, and IC number. After that, must close the bracket. After close the bracket, we go to the next one, which is when we add data one by one, it will count value register ID D101021 for register ID, Bachelor degree for level, UUM Sintok for school name, 2013 for period year from, 2017 for period year 2, shida.rizwan04@gmail.com for email address, 9904 27146670 for IC number. For data, at this table which is D101022 and D101023 is same operation with D101021 operation. It is the same process. I would like to proceed to company table. Okay, same with the previous, I would like to click Add Structure table. Sorry, structure part. Okay, here we have 4 attributes that have in company table. So first we have register ID, office name, office location, and office number. So here we set register ID as primary key. In this table, we set its majority as voucher and only one as integer that we call office number. Now, this is our data. This operation and step is same with employee education table just now. The data also will appear when I put the code in the SQL. So here we can see we put register ID, office name, office location, and office number as I mentioned at structure part. After we inserting, it will show like at the table appear now. This data should add one by one also. So the first attribute that we put at the table is register ID and then must put a comma also and it will continue with office name, office location and office number. After that must close the bracket. After close the bracket we go to the next one which is when we add the data One by one, it will count value, register ID, T101021 for register ID, Plan 3 for office name, Perai Pulau Pinang for office location, and 4281938324 for office number. For next, value it will show same process for the D101022 and D101023. So this operation is same with the upper one. For the last one, I will proceed to work experience table. Okay, now I will show the structure part. In this part, we have 4 attributes that we created in work experience part. Firstly, is email address, company experience, position, and major skill. In this table, we set email address as a primary key. In this table also, we set majority is Vacha, and only one as integer, it is major skill. Okay, now this is our data that we add. The operation and step is same with employee, education, and company table just now. This data also will appear when I put the code in the SQL. So here we can see we put email address, company experience, position, and major skill. As I mentioned before at structure part, after we inserting, it will show like at the table appear now. This data shown add one by one also. First attribute that we put at the table is email address. Then put a comma also, and it will continue with company experience, position, and major skill. After close the bracket, we go to the next one, which we add only one by one. It will appear value, email address shida.rizwan04@gmail.com for email address, Hotai Industrial Sdn Bhd for company experience, programmer for position, and HTML, CSS, JavaScript for major skill. Then the other data also that was appear have same operation with upper one. Thank you.